Hello everyone and welcome to another video from our channel Who Died Today in America. Today we will be talking about famous American celebrities that we have unfortunately lost in the last few days, as well as remembering other great people who have passed away. Before we begin, please support our channel by liking this video. It really means a lot to us, and we appreciate it. Stay with us until the very end to learn all the details about these legendary people and their amazing lives. Elwood Edwards passed away, leaving an indelible mark on the world of technology and popular culture. It was his voice that greeted millions of AOL users around the world, with his simple but recognizable "You've got mail," which became a symbol of humanity's first steps into the Internet era. Born on November 6, 1949, in the small town of New Bern, North Carolina, Edwards was fascinated by radio from an early age and later began working in television, mainly behind the scenes. In 1989, fate led him to record several phrases for America Online, AOL, including one that perhaps became a symbol of an entire generation. He recorded the phrases, "Welcome," "You've got mail," "Files done," and "Goodbye" on a cassette recorder. And although he received only $200 for his work, his voice resounded around the world, becoming a kind of sign of the times. People heard his voice and felt that they were entering a new digital world, where each new message seemed like a small miracle. Years later, in 2016, Edwards was back in the spotlight when it was revealed that he was driving for Uber. He was not oblivious to his popularity and enjoyed sharing his famous "You've got mail" with passengers who recognized him by his voice. This was a man who did not chase fame, but understood that his voice had become part of history. Elwood Edwards has died at the age of 74. For many, his voice will forever symbolize those early, perhaps most exciting days of the Internet, when every encounter with an email was special. Edwards left behind a simple, warm mark on those who remember AOL, who waited with trepidation for new emails and felt the world was a little closer. His voice will forever be a part of digital culture, reminding us of the beginning of the great journey into the online world. Quincy Jones, the greatest producer, composer, and arranger, passed away, leaving behind an invaluable musical legacy. His journey began on March 14, 1933, in Chicago, Illinois, where at a young age he discovered a talent for music that would soon change the face of the industry. Jones was fascinated by jazz from a young age, and his talent as a virtuoso trumpeter and arranger soon brought him to the world stage. Over the course of his decades-long career, Quincy Jones became one of the most influential music figures of his time, whose innovative approaches inspired countless artists. He collaborated with legends such as Michael Jackson, Frank Sinatra, and Ray Charles. His legacy is best remembered for his work on Michael Jackson's Thriller, which became the best-selling album of all time and changed the face of pop music by combining elements of soul, funk, and rock. Jones also dedicated himself to film and television, composing and producing projects including The Color Purple and The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. His contributions extended far beyond music. He was an active advocate for social and cultural change, fighting for equality and creating opportunities for young talent. His passing is a great loss to the world, but his music and legacy will live on, inspiring and filling hearts with warmth and light. Quincy Jones will forever be a symbol of creative freedom, mastery, and the unrivaled energy he gave to everyone who was touched by his music. William Augustus "Oak" Jones, legendary American football player, passed away, leaving behind a glorious legacy that has been written into the history of sports. Jones was born on December 29, 1924, in Arcadia, Louisiana, and showed outstanding athletic abilities from an early age. As a young man, he was active in football, baseball, basketball, and even boxing, and it was football that became the sport in which he found his true calling. His football career began in high school, where his team won the state championship in 1941. Continuing his education, Jones earned a scholarship to Louisiana State University and joined the U.S. Navy during World War II. There, he continued training and became an All-American, which only cemented his reputation as one of the best players of his generation. After completing his service, Jones began his professional career, moving through several teams before joining the Cleveland Browns, with whom he would enjoy some of his most notable successes. He won several championships with the Browns, most notably in his legendary game against the Chicago Bears on November 25, 1951, when he set a record by scoring 6 touchdowns in a single game. The record remains unbroken and is considered by many to be a testament to Jones's unique talent, athletic savvy, and skill on the field. Jones continued his football legacy by becoming an assistant coach for the Cleveland Browns from 1963 to 1968, helping the team achieve championship success in 1964. His knowledge, insight, and ability to develop players made him a respected mentor to many athletes of the next generation. The passing of Dub Jones is a huge loss to the sporting world. His life and career exemplify resilience, fortitude, and incredible dedication. Jones remains an icon of the golden era of football, and his legacy will live on in the hearts of fans and players who continue to be inspired by his records and contributions to the game. Zoot Money, British singer, keyboardist, and band leader, passed away, leaving behind a unique legacy in the world of rhythm and blues and psychedelic rock. Born on July 17, 1942 in Bournemouth, England, George Bruno Money, known as Zoot, became one of the most vibrant and dynamic figures on the 1960s music scene. Inspired by jazz saxophonist Zoot Sims, he adopted the stage name and immersed himself in London's vibrant music scene. His group, the Big Roll Band, quickly became a cult figure on the British club scene, particularly at the Flamingo in Soho. Combining elements of R&B, jazz, and soul, Zoot and his band captivated audiences with their lively energy and charisma. Their hit single, Big Time Operator, and the 1966 recording of Zoot, Live at Kluk's Clique, capture the raw intensity and passion he brought to his audiences at every performance. In 1967, Monty began experimenting with new musical directions, forming the band Dantalion's Chariot, which brought him success in the psychedelic scene. Their flamboyant light shows and single Madman Running Through the Fields became symbols of the psychedelic culture of the time. In addition to his own career, Zoot collaborated with artists such as Eric Burdon and the Animals, Humble Pie, and Kevin Coyne, leaving his unique stamp on the music of many bands and artists. Over the years, Monty has also dabbled in film and television, appearing in projects such as the series EastEnders and the film Absolute Beginners. His creative work continued until his latest album, The Book of Life, I've Read It, released in 2016. Zoot Money passed away on September 8, 2024, aged 82, leaving behind a rich legacy that continues to inspire music fans and musicians alike. His contribution to British music in the 1960s remains a living testament to the unique energy and passion with which he created and lived. William O'Connell, American actor, whose career spanned decades and left a lasting mark on the worlds of film and television, has died at the age of 94. Born in Los Angeles in 1929, O'Connell was surrounded by the Hollywood scene from an early age, and his acting career began in the 1960s. Over time, he became a recognizable face of American cinema, especially thanks to his collaborations with Clint Eastwood and his prominent roles in popular TV series. One of William O'Connell's first major roles in Paint Your Wagon, 1969, marked the beginning of his long association with Eastwood. Their creative partnership continued in such important westerns as High Plains Drifter, 1973, and the outlaw Jose Wales, 1976. O'Connell brought unique depth and character to each film, adding a special atmosphere to the characters that audiences loved. His Western roles were distinguished by their subtle performances, and he always brought a conviction and authenticity to his characters that made his performances in Eastwood's films so memorable. O'Connell also made his mark on television. His role in the Star Trek episode Journey to Babel, 1967, in which he played an Orion agent named Telev disguised as an Andorian ambassador, won over science fiction fans. The Star Trek portrayal became iconic and was hailed as one of the most interesting episodes in which O'Connell demonstrated his ability to transform himself and draw audiences into a fantasy world. O'Connell's talent and ability to seamlessly transition from film to television have kept him in demand as an actor whose work has endured for generations. His passing is a great loss to those who appreciated classic westerns and to Star Trek fans who remember his contributions to the iconic franchise. William O'Connell leaves behind a legacy that will forever be part of American film and television history. Phil Lesh, legendary bassist and founding member of the Grateful Dead, passed away at the age of 84, leaving behind a legacy that changed the world of music forever. Born March 15th. Born in Berkeley, California in 1940, Lesh was immersed in music from an early age, beginning his career as a violinist and later mastering the trumpet. His classical training and deep love of jazz, especially the work of John Coltrane, became the foundation for his distinctive bass playing style, which shaped the unique sound of the Grateful Dead. In 1965, Phil met Jerry Garcia, a meeting that would mark the beginning of a new musical phenomenon. Despite having no experience playing the bass guitar, Lesh took up the instrument with incredible passion, bringing elements of melody and improvisation to the band's music. This unique approach to the bass guitar, where the instrument sounded not as a familiar rhythmic basis, but as an independent voice, became the calling card of the Grateful Dead. His complex and multi-layered bass lines enriched and deepened the sound of the band, which quickly won the hearts of fans in the San Francisco music scene. His musical contributions extended beyond his playing. Lesh co-wrote such iconic songs as Box of Rain, a lyrical and heartfelt tribute to his father, and Truckin', an anthem to the band's never-ending journey that embodies the spirit of the Grateful Dead. Phil was always at the center of the band's improvisations on stage, and was the one who made the Grateful Dead's live shows so memorable. His ability to blend jazz, classical, and folk elements into one style made the bass guitar a unique instrument in rock music, expanding its boundaries. After the band's breakup in 1995 following Garcia's death, Lesh continued to play, founding Phil Lesh and Friends, a band in which he embodied the spirit of the Grateful Dead while creating new music and exploring new musical frontiers. In 2012, Lesh opened Terrapin Crossroads, a music venue in San Rafael, California that served not only as a venue for concerts, but also as a meeting place for musicians and fans to connect and be inspired. The news of his death came as a shock to fans and musicians around the world. Many cities paid tribute to him in special ways. In New York, the Empire State Building lit up in tie-dye colors, symbolizing the style of the Grateful Dead. Phil Lesh's contribution to culture and music is immeasurable, and his influence will continue to inspire musicians and music lovers for years to come. Phil Lesh will forever remain in the hearts of those who shared his passion for creativity and sought in music not only sound but also meaning, depth, and freedom. His contribution to the music and culture of the Grateful Dead will remain immortal, embodying the ideals of freedom, unity, and an inexhaustible spirit of exploration that were the meaning of life for him. Mitzi Gaynor, legendary actress, singer, and dancer, has died at the age of 93, leaving behind a dazzling legacy of talent and dazzling performances. Born Francesca Marlene DeCanny von Gerber in Chicago, Illinois on September 4, 1931, she was surrounded by the arts from a young age. Her father was a Hungarian violinist, and her mother was a dancer, and these influences guided Mitzi toward a career on stage and screen from an early age. At age 11, her family moved to Hollywood, where she began serious ballet training and performed with the Los Angeles Civic Light Opera by age 13. At age 17, Mitzi signed a contract with 20th Century Fox, which marked the beginning of her film career. Throughout the 1950s, she became known as one of Hollywood's brightest stars, appearing in musical films that showcased her versatility and charisma. Among her notable films are There's No Business Like Show Business, 1954, in which she starred with Marilyn Monroe and Ethel Merman, and Anything Goes, 1956, with Bing Crosby. She achieved her greatest fame with her role as Nellie Forbush in the film adaptation of Rodgers and Hammerstein's musical South Pacific, 1958. This role cemented her status as a true star and earned her a Golden Globe nomination. Her performance in the film became iconic, and the image of Nellie Forbush will forever remain in the hearts of fans of classic cinema. With the decline of musical films in Hollywood, Mitzi turned to television and stage performances. In the 1960s and 1970s, she became a star on television shows and received several Emmy nominations, and in 2008, her documentary Mitzi Gaynor, Razzle Dazzle. The special years won her a coveted Emmy Award. On stage, her energetic performances made her a favorite in Las Vegas and other major cities, and she continued to delight audiences with her talent for many years. Mitzi Gaynor was married to Jack Bean, an agent and PR manager, from 1954 until his death in 2006. The couple had no children, but their marriage remained strong and happy throughout their lives. Her flamboyant personality and dedication to her profession made her not only a star, but also a public favorite, leaving an indelible mark on the world of film and television. Her passing is a great loss to the entertainment world. However, her legacy in film, television, and stage performances continues to inspire and delight people around the world. Mitzi Gaynor will forever be a symbol of the golden era of Hollywood, where beauty, talent, and hard work were the foundation of success. Chauncey Glover, a talented journalist, presenter, and a man who dedicated his life to serving society, passed away at the age of just 39. Born on July 22nd. Born in Athens, Alabama in 1985, Glover showed a passion for journalism from a young age. He attended Troy University, where he earned degrees in journalism, music, and theater, which laid the foundation for his later achievements in the media industry. He began his career as a reporter at CBS 47 and Fox 30 in Jacksonville, Florida, and then worked at WTVM in Columbus, Georgia, and WDIV in Detroit, Michigan. In 2015, he joined the team at KTRK-TV, ABC 13 in Houston, where he began as a morning anchor for the weekend newscasts and later became the evening anchor. His dedication to the cause and his closeness to his viewers have made him one of the most respected figures in local television. In October 2023, Glover began working at KCAL News in Los Angeles, where he anchored the 5 and 11 a.m. evening newscasts, as well as the 8 and 10 a.m. evening programs. His energetic presence and high level of professionalism immediately set him apart from his peers, and he quickly earned the respect and affection of his Los Angeles audience. One of Glover's most significant achievements was the Chauncey Glover Project, CGP, which he founded in 2014. The project aimed to help young people from disadvantaged areas develop and achieve academic and personal success. Under his leadership, the project supported more than 1,000 young people, and over 350 CGP participants were able to attend college thanks to his mentorship. Glover has won numerous awards throughout his career, including 3 Emmy Awards for excellence in journalism. His storytelling skills, commitment to truth, and candor have made him not only a fan favorite, but also a role model for his peers. His early passing is a great loss to the journalism community and to all whose lives he touched through his mentorship and work. Chauncey Glover left a lasting mark on the world of media and mentorship, and his legacy of compassion, dedication, and professionalism will continue to inspire generations to come. Gavin Creel, a distinguished Broadway actor and singer, passed away at the age of 48, leaving behind an impressive legacy in the world of musical theater. Born April 18, 1976 in Findlay, Ohio, he demonstrated an extraordinary passion for the stage and the arts from an early age. He received his education at the University of Michigan, where he received a Bachelor of Arts degree in musical theater in 1998. Creel's Broadway career began in 2002 with the role of Jimmy Smith in Thoroughly Modern Millie, for which he received his first Tony Award nomination. He went on to win audiences' hearts with performances in Hair and The Book of Mormon, which earned him the Laurence Olivier Award for Best Actor in a Musical on the West End. In 2017, he won a Tony Award for his role as Cornelius Huckle in the revival of Hello, Dolly, where he performed on stage alongside the legendary Bette Midler. Creel was also known as a staunch activist for marriage equality and a co-founder of Broadway Impact, an organization that seeks to advance LGBTQ+ rights through the theater community. His contributions to the theater arts, as well as his efforts in social justice, made him a true role model and friend to many in the theater community. His death was a great loss to fans and colleagues, and his contributions to musical theater and activism will be remembered for years to come. Pete Rose, the legendary baseball player who holds the record for most hits in Major League Baseball history, has died at the age of 83. Born April 14, 1941 in Cincinnati, Ohio, Rose showed an incredible passion for baseball from a young age. His career began in 1963 when he debuted for his hometown team, the Cincinnati Reds, and he soon became known for his tenacious style of play, which earned him the nickname Charlie Hustle. During his 24-year career, Rose amassed an incredible 4,256 hits, which remains an unrivaled record to this day. His accomplishments include 17 All-Star Game selections, 3 World Series titles, and the 1973 National League MVP and 1975 World Series MVP awards. Rose set MLB records for games played, 3,562, and at-bats, 15,890, which only demonstrates his exceptional dedication to the sport and work ethic. Despite his athletic accomplishments, Rose is also associated with one of baseball's most notorious scandals. In 1989, after an investigation revealed that Rose had bet on games, including his own teams, while he was its manager, he was banned from baseball for life. The ban cost him a chance at being inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame, a move that remains hotly debated among sports fans and analysts. Many believe his accomplishments on the field should outweigh the episode, while others believe that Rose's actions were incompatible with the morality of the sport. In his later years, Rose continued to appear in the news and occasionally participate in baseball events, but official recognition remained closed to him. However, his impact on the sport and his passion for the game will always be part of baseball history. Pete Rose's passing is a loss to all who remember him as an uncompromising player who, despite everything, was and remains the personification of the love of baseball. Pete Rose will forever remain in the hearts of those who followed his career, and his name will be associated not only with records, but also with a dedication to the game that remains an example for many. Brian Truman, a famous British screenwriter, voice actor and television presenter, passed away at the age of 92, leaving behind an invaluable legacy in the world of children's television and animation. Born May 16, 1932, born in Barton, Lancashire, Truman showed an interest in art and creativity from an early age. He was educated at Stretford Grammar School and then spent a year at Manchester University before serving in the military, reaching the rank of second lieutenant in the Royal Army Transport Corps. Truman began his television career in the 1960s, working for Granada Television. He was a presenter and writer on programs such as Scene at 6.30 and Granada Reports, where he displayed a unique sense of tact and ability to connect with audiences. His work on television was a testament to his commitment to quality content, and Truman himself became known as one of the outstanding presenters of his time. However, Truman is best known for his work with the animation studio Cosgrove Hall Films. He wrote and voiced many of the characters in iconic children's shows such as Danger Mouse, Count Duckula, Chorlton and the Wheelies, and The Wind in the Willows. His humorous and light-hearted writing style made these programs popular and unforgettable for generations of viewers. His characters were colorful, memorable, and often beloved by children and adults around the world. In 1961, Truman married Angela Philpott and they had 2 children. His colleagues and friends noted him as a man with a subtle sense of humor and a rare ability to understand people, which was evident not only in his work but also in his personal life. His passing was a loss to the art world, but Brian Truman's legacy, his work and creative contribution to the development of children's television will remain a source of inspiration and joy for new generations. Alan Rachins, an outstanding American actor, known for his roles on L.A. Law and Dharma and Greg, Rachins has died of heart failure in Los Angeles at the age of 82. Born October 3, 1942 in Cambridge, Massachusetts, Rachins was the only child of Edward and Ida Rachins. The death of his mother when Alan was just 11 left a deep mark on him, and young Rachins found solace in the arts. Inspired by the film Rebel Without a Cause, he began to seriously consider a career in acting. His first steps on stage came in off-Broadway productions, and he gained particular attention for his performance in the controversial musical O Calcutta in 1969. But Rachins' real breakthrough came with his role as managing partner Douglas Brackman Jr. in the cult drama L.A. Law, which aired from 1986 to 1994. The role earned him Emmy and Golden Globe nominations and made him widely known. In 1997, Allen played another significant role, Larry Finkelstein, an extraordinary and eccentric father in the sitcom Dharma and Greg, demonstrating his talent in the comedy genre. The series continued until 2002 and further strengthened his popularity. In addition to his TV series roles, Rachins has worked extensively in animation, voicing characters such as the Clock King in Batman, the animated series, and Norman Osborn in The Spectacular Spider-Man, allowing him to showcase his voice talent off-screen as well. In 1978, he married actress Joanna Frank, with whom he spent his entire life. They had a son, Robert. Rachins was also the brother-in-law of renowned television producer Stephen Boxxo, which strengthened his connections in the television world. Alan Rachins left behind a rich legacy of his roles and talent, inspiring new actors and remaining in the hearts of viewers. Kamala Harris, known for her energy and determination, despite her busy schedule, she faces the typical health issues that come with living a life of constant stress. Although she rarely talks about it publicly, there are several aspects of her health that require attention, especially with such a busy lifestyle. One interesting aspect of her health is her voice. Frequent speaking, especially during campaign rallies, can sometimes lead to hoarseness and vocal fatigue. It's a problem that many public figures face, but in Harris's case, she has to maintain a strong, confident voice in all situations. She has developed ways to cope, such as regularly taking a quiet night out and using natural throat moisturizers. Harris also often suffers from seasonal allergies, which are especially problematic during the peak season. This can make it difficult for her to travel or attend public events, as a stuffy nose or cough can cause discomfort at the most inconvenient times. In such cases, she uses antihistamines and tries to avoid going outside during peak allergy periods to avoid unpleasant symptoms. Kamala also experiences minor back and knee pain due to her busy schedule and constant flying. These issues have become more noticeable in recent years due to long periods of standing at official events and long flights. To combat this, she does stretching exercises and practices yoga, which helps maintain flexibility and reduces joint discomfort. Harris's mental health also plays a key role in her life. With high levels of responsibility and constant pressure, she uses meditation and breathing techniques to maintain mental balance.